What's up? How's it going? So it's been a hot minute since I have recorded a video where I show my face. What I think I'm gonna do, cause I find it therapeutic to record videos where I show my face. I'm not gonna lie. I watch a lot of videos where it's just people talking to the camera. It's very comfortable and stuff. But I'm conflicted because I also want to be a faceless channel, right? So it's a little confusing, but I think that for my Windy Skies channel, that can be the faceless one, and then I can have this one, which is going to be called Minty 2.0. This one could be the face cam one. Also, sorry, my background looks like shit. I didn't make my bed or anything. I don't give a fuck anymore. I want to make this channel Minty 2.0. I was thinking about saving this handle for curating a sort of brand where I try, because I want to try things. But what I wanted to try, essentially, was to be kind of like a fucking normie. I'm gonna be honest. So I got really sidetracked on this part, and I forgot to mention something real quick. So when I said, I've always wanted to be like a normie, what I mean is that, I've always, so for context, I was born in 2000. I'm 25 right now, right? So I was born in 2000. So you can kind of have a frame of reference for, when I was in middle school, when I was in high school, or whatever, right? So whenever I was in middle and high school, that's when, Instagram started to become a thing, right? And, there was all these people posting on fucking Snapchat and Instagram. And something that really, and, I'm finally finding the words for this, because for the longest, I tried talking about this, in my videos, and it's really hard for me to explain, but for the longest time, I felt like I don't understand how people post. What are you posting? People just take their phone out, they take a picture of themselves, and they just post it. It's hard for me to really understand. You know what I mean? Because I feel like, why the fuck would anyone want to see just my face? I have to do something to earn people's approval. But people just do that, and then people get approval. And, I'm listening to people talk about it on YouTube and shit. I know, not the most valuable source for information, but I'm using, given, what I have access to, because I don't have a fucking social life. But also, I feel like a lot of people online are pretty good at analyzing social trends, right? Because they focus on it and they make their channel about that. So apparently, this is common knowledge, but for me, because I'm slow, this is news, right? But apparently, it's easy for women. It's cake. If you're a woman, you just post your face and you get a bunch of attention and validation. And it's especially if you're a conventionally attractive woman, which apparently I fall into that category, So, and I didn't know that. I thought growing up that I was ugly, genuinely, right? I didn't agonize over it. It wasn't something that I cared. It's hard to explain. It wasn't something that I was I'm so ugly. The boys will never like me. Guys liking me wasn't even a thing. I was so far removed from what's going on around me. I wasn't in tuned. I wasn't tapped into the same wavelength as everyone else. I was just in my head. I was thinking about just fucking fandom shit, drawing, just fucking making characters, making OCs and shit. I was not fucking thinking about having a social life. It's so fucking bad. And, obviously that has consequences now, but, it is what it is. I don't blame myself. It's a result of having autism and not knowing that I had autism growing up. That would have helped, especially with ADHD too. Could have had meds and done better in school. Fuck. But, yeah, so the idea of just posting your face online is people just do that, and some people fucking post their face online and they blow up and they can make money off of it. It's okay, so that's a thing. And it's I fall into that category of the person who is people look at me and they're oh, she probably has an Instagram with a bunch of guys following her. I don't. Dude. Oh my god, I'm gonna edit this fucking meme in. But there's this meme I found, it's this fucking 4chan post of this fucking autistic guy basically just being unknowingly, sorry for using incel terminology, but it's kind of funny to me. So this fucking, this autistic guy, right? He's not an incel guy, my bad. This autistic guy, he just fucking unknowingly becomes a Chad just by, like, going to the gym and just being disciplined. Because sometimes, you know, with autism, we can accidentally be disciplined because we just really like routine and structure, right? It gives us a lot of comfort. So then to other people, that's like, whoa, like, that's like, you know what I mean? Like, for me, like, eating healthy food and, you know, drinking my vegetable juice, because of the fact that it has really good, it's really good for you, it creates sensations in my body that beats a sugar rush. A sugar rush overstimulates me and it causes sensory issues. So I actually avoid sugar, especially over consuming sugar, for that reason, which it makes, like, you know, so, you know, I guess those are autistic traits that just accidentally lead towards, you know, social success, whatever the fuck that is, right? Because, you know, some people really struggle with losing weight, but, you know, for me, it's just easy because it's not even like I have to force myself, like, oh, I can't avoid sugar because I want to stay skinny. It's like, no, literally, like, I don't want to eat that shit because, not even because I have to stay skinny, although, you know, I do like to be skinny, but it's like, it's not even just that. It's also like, okay, if I eat that shit, it's going to cause sensory issues. I don't want to. It's like, the flavor is not even worth it. I'm not really too into flavors. I don't really care that much about flavors compared to the way the food makes me feel. I'm being so serious. And it's not a flex. It's just an observation. It's strange to me. But anyway, I'm getting, like, fucking, like, I'm yapping too much. Yeah, so I guess, like, I really want to get into the habit of just posting on Instagram. But it just feels like people are gonna find out I'm a fucking skinwalker. You know, like, I don't belong. I'm a fucking skinwalker, right? I don't know. It's just like, girls do that. They just post themselves online and they make these fucking faces and, like, man, I could do that shit too, but if I do it, like, people are gonna tell that I'm, like, uncanny valley. Like, they're gonna tell that I'm a skinwalker, because, like, they do it effortlessly. They're like they just look pretty or whatever. But if I do it, people are gonna get skinwalker. I'm being serious. Like, I don't know if you're hearing this and you think I'm fucking crazy, you think I'm a schizo, but I'm being serious. Like, people can just tell that I'm autistic. That's why I just fucking say it on this channel, because I would prefer that rather than people like, oh, what the fuck's wrong with this bitch? I prefer you just know that I have autism, because, like, dude, I don't want to fucking have autism, man. It sucks. Dude, it actually fucks up your social life, dude. It fucks everything up, dude. You have to, like, learn how to socialize completely differently, and you're never going to be normal, man. Basically, you just have to give up on the idea that you're going to be able to get along with normies, man. Normies are always gonna fucking see you as a freak of nature. I'm being so serious. When you're autistic, you can't hide it. You can try, but, like, it's never gonna last. So, being conventional, like, a thing that's a little bit frustrating, and I'm not saying, like, these dudes are wrong for this. They're probably right, but it's frustrating for me because it feels incomplete. But something that I find a little bit frustrating is, like, dudes who say stuff like, oh, well, even if you're autistic as a girl, like, you know, you still have guys, like, clamoring over you, life is still easy. And it's like, dude, it's not fucking easy, man. Like, you don't fucking understand. It's not fucking easy, dude. It's a little bit easier. Obviously, if I was conventionally unattractive, it would be way harder, for sure. I'm not denying that. But it's still not fucking easy. Like, obviously looks, you know, due to lookism and fucked up, like, human nature in society, we live in a society, all that shit. Obviously, lookism is a huge thing, but also, even if you are conventionally attractive, if you're, like, autistic, people are still gonna fucking, like, not respect you, and they're still gonna mistreat you, man. It's happened to me, you know. It's gonna keep happening unless I figure out how to break this cycle, you know. So I really do, despite all of this, I want to just force myself to post on Instagram. But, you know, if you have ideas, oh my god, I'm so glad I just thought to ask this. If you have ideas on how I can come across as a normie, post like a normie girl, just like posting on Instagram, like, please leave them in the comments. Like, what do I post? Like, do I just post my face and then what do I write in the caption? Like, I guess I could ask ChatGPT. Or I could just look at what other girls do and try to imitate it like a skinwalker. But, like, yeah, is that what I'm supposed to do? Am I supposed to just post my face? And then, like, what happens after that? Because, oh my god, dude, I found this girl. She's very beautiful. She's like this blonde girl, and she took this one picture in, like, with Italy in the background. Or Paris or something, I forgot what it was. I think it was Italy. And, you know, it was a really nice picture. I was looking at it. You know, I'm appreciating the composition, you know, the lighting on her face. Obviously, she's a very beautiful girl as well. I'll probably just show the post on here. But I'm also appreciating the composition, you know, like I'm looking at it from an artistic perspective as well. And I just scrolled through the comments and, dude, it's so fucking over, dude. Like, everyone in the comments is fucking, like, old as fuck. It's all these, like, old dudes, like, forgive me for using this terminology, but it's funny to me. It's like all these, like, old fucking boomer, like, sub-5 dudes, man. It's over for them. Like, they're all in the comments of this fucking girl who's in her 20s, like, just simping over. And I'm like, oh, okay, so that's the kind of attention you attract. Because it's, like, it's funny because you hear a lot of girls, like, I'm not hating on them. I just think it's funny. You hear a lot of girls, like, you know, they're always, like, bragging, like, oh, you know, I have all these Instagram followers and guys are always in my DMs and I get all this attention, right? And then you see what guys are mostly, right? Obviously, there's probably a couple attractive guys their age, too. But for the most part, what you see is, like, just a bunch of fucking old fucking geezers, man. They're, like, old and, like, overweight and fucking sub-5 in their fucking comments and DMs, dude. It's so over, dude. I don't want that kind of attention, man. I just... So, like, maybe I should pair my Instagram post with some sort of, like, personality or something. I don't know. Maybe I should lean into the quirkiness. But, like, dude... One more thing and then I'm gonna end the video, like, or end this segment of the video, because this is, like, recording after the main recording. Dude, like, okay. I have an issue, and please believe me when I say, I'm not the type of, woman who enjoys hating on other women. I may accidentally do this because, you know, I'm not perfect, and, you know, human nature is a thing, but I don't like the feeling of hating on other women. My bad. I don't like the feeling of hating on other women. It makes me feel sick. I don't like that. I don't have an issue with women on principle. Obviously, individual basis. If someone's a bad person, they're a bad person. But, like, in general, I don't jump, like, instinctively towards, oh, fuck women. Like, it doesn't happen for me like that. Right? But I also don't instinctively jump towards women can do no wrong. I'm a girl's girl. I don't do either way, right? But, you know, I do try to observe behavior for what it is, right? And, I've always had an issue, and it's like I said, it's not their fault. This is me. This is all internal, okay? Keep that in mind. I've always had an issue with girls who, they act very quirky, right? In a very performative way. And then they get, like, male attention for it. And then they try to act like they're just, like, I don't know how to explain it. Like they're so different and so odd and so quirky. Dude, I just got this, like, feeling in my chest, like this soaring feeling, because I just got the light bulb moment on how to explain this. They don't understand the pain. That's what it is. And that's why I say it's not their fault. I'm not the kind of person that's like, you haven't suffered like me, so fuck you, you don't get to express yourself. It's not like that. But it's a natural human response, because I naturally, as a human being, I want to relate with other people, right? And so if I've been starved of that for years and years, and I've always felt alone, and then somebody is, like, giving me false hope of, hey, look, I'm quirky and strange and awkward too. I can relate to you. It's like, oh my God, light at the end of the tunnel. Somebody who gets it. Somebody I can connect with. Somebody who doesn't see me as an alien. Holy shit, right? And then it's an illusion. They're actually very good at picking up on social cues. They're very in tune with what you're supposed to do to get certain reactions. And they're acting, you know, quirky on purpose to get a certain reaction for a certain appeal, and they do it effortlessly. It's not masking for them, it's just how they are. It's, you know, in that way, it's actually they're kind of like, that's good. It's better to be that version of quirky that's more digestible and palatable. It's actually kind of a good thing, right? It gives you more social success, right? But it's almost like they play into this thing where it's like, I'm so quirky, I'm so weird, ha ha ha, you know, guys would never like me, and then guys are like, oh yeah, whatever, like, all simping for them, right? Or just people in general, not even just guys. Like, people are like, oh, but I love you so much, you're so interesting, you're so unique, you're so artistic, right? And it's like, you know, typically it's going to be conventionally attractive girls that can pull this off, but sometimes it could be like average looking girls, or, you know, conventionally unattractive girls that can do it too. But you're only going to really see this with girls for the most part. Sometimes I see it with guys, but mostly it's going to be girls, right? But yeah, like, that shit is like, it feels almost like a mockery, right? Because they kind of, like, play into this, oh, I'm just so quirky and different. Ooh, look at me. But they're such a natural at picking up on social cues. And they don't understand the fucking pain of what it's like when you actually are quirky and it's not your fucking choice. You're stuck that way. And it's like, I'm not quirky because I want to be that way and I want to be different and unique. I fucking stuck this way, dude. I want to be fucking normal. I want to be a normie. I just want to blend in. I don't want attention. I mean, I want a normal amount of attention, but I don't want to be the center of attention. I want to be a part of the world. I don't want to be the center of the world, if that makes sense. But I'm an outsider. I'm like in space. I'm not on the fucking planet, okay? And it fucking sucks. Alright, it's isolating. That's another perspective I can like draw from that, where it's like they want to distinguish themselves from the crowd by saying, look at how different I am. That's where you play into the quirky thing. I'm strange, I'm different. The whole normal people scare me. I've seen people wearing those shirts, and it's strange because it became a very popular trend of a bunch of people wearing that shirt, which kind of defeats the purpose because it's saying normal people scare me, which indicates a majority and a minority, where you are in the minority of not normal people. So I'm overthinking it, but it's true. But yeah, so basically what it is like, fuck, I lost my train of thought. Yeah, so you're trying to say like you're quirky and you're strange and you're different, and your motivation for doing that is that you want to distinguish yourself from the crowd, right? Because the idea of being the same as everyone else, even if you naturally are, because it's typically going to be like neurotypical people that fall into this pattern of behavior, right? So even if you naturally are just very similar to other people and you can naturally integrate, right? You don't like that about yourself. You want to be different. You want to be distinguished and interesting and different, right? But then the flip side of that is like for example, like when you're autistic, right? You're just different by default and you don't have a fucking choice. And your whole life is like that. So you're forced to constantly be different against your fucking will. You don't want to be that way. You try to mask, it never works. You always are just a fucking skinwalker. And it gets to a point where it's like, I just want to be the same as everyone else. And then you see somebody who has what you want, which is an effortless ability to blend into society and like navigate the social structure of society effortlessly or whatever. Navigate the matrix, if you will. And you can't do that, and it pisses you off. And on top of that, like the shit cherry on top of the shit sundae, is they're like, oh, but I'm quirky and different. Like, they're making your situation out to be something like desirable when it's not, dude. I promise you, being different all the time and unique and standing out fucking sucks. Dude, it's so isolating, dude. It sucks, man. Because nobody fucking relates to you, dude. It fucking sucks. It will take a toll on your fucking mental health, man. It will fuck you up. But anyway, this section's getting too long. I gotta end it here. This is already 16 minutes. I meant for this to be way shorter, so this video, it's gonna end up being like fucking 40, 50 minutes. I'm sorry about that. It is what it is. I've always wanted to be a normie. If you don't know, I talk about this a fuck ton in all the face cam videos on Windy Skies, but I'm gonna private those videos, and I'm probably just gonna like rewatch them and remake them into faceless videos with more structure, editing, and scripting, because those videos are all over the place. These videos are going to be all over the place, so this is where I'm gonna do my like basically brain dumping. It's just gonna be, it's like basically like therapy. I know you're not supposed to do this. A lot of people say it's a bad idea. I'm out of options. Mentally, psychologically, emotionally, I'm kind of out of options. I'm stuck, dude. I'm mentally stuck. So this is going to have its cons. It's going to have its drawbacks. It's going to have its risks. I could get like trolled, which I don't mind a little bit of trolling, but if it gets to like lolcow levels of trolling, that might be a problem. But I think for the most part, when it comes to what makes a lolcow, a lot of times it's the lolcow like feeding into it, right? So like, I don't want to get too sidetracked with this, but like essentially like what I notice is like the lolcow will like try to like control the trolls and like stop hating on me, whatever. And obviously I'm human, so if there's like a huge wave of people hating on me, obviously that's gonna have consequences on my mental health for sure, right? But I think a couple of people like hating on me and stuff, I don't see that as a problem because I've never been the type to be very controlling. I've always had this idea in my head, which I'm gonna close this tangent with this. I have to mentally remind myself. Hopefully another tangent elsewhere doesn't open up. It's like a fucking tree branch. It just keeps, you know. Okay, I took a little break and I like fixed my bed and stuff. I didn't even have to like rewatch what I recorded already. I actually remember what I was gonna say. So, I've always been the kind of person who, like, the idea of people talking shit about me, it doesn't bother me. Which, I think it's kind of strange, right? Hold on. This lighting is a bit overexposed. Ooh. I've always found that a little bit strange about myself. I've never been the kind of person to be like, oh, this person's talking shit about me, and it's like a problem. Like you could talk shit about me. Am I the only one? I need to know. I need other people who think like me, because I feel like I'm the only one who feels that way. I've never heard anyone say that. And it's probably because of my low self-esteem. And maybe I'm not self-aware about it. But for the most part, and I'm out of breath because I have anemia, by the way. Sucks. I don't mind the idea of people talking shit about me. I really don't, okay? It could be due to low self-esteem. But as far as I can tell, it's due more so to, like, a detachment from, like, it's not even like a, I'm so superior to other people. Look at me. I don't care what other people think. I don't give a fuck. Haha. Because I'm like, no. It's not even like that. It's more like compassion for the people. I know that sounds crazy. You have every right to not like me. Like, as an individual. Like, if you don't like me, that's your right. I don't feel the need to control somebody and to force them to like me. Does that make sense? I don't know if people understand that. It's a level of detachment where it's like, you're not obligated to like me. I mean, as long as you're not going out of your way to harm me. That's like the main thing. Like, obviously. Your right to swing your fist ends where my face begins type of thing. Yeah. You know, like, that's where I draw the line for sure. Duh. Or else I'd be dead because I would not have the ability to fucking defend myself at all. I'd be fucking, I mean, metaphorically, you know, obviously. Whatever. But yeah. I've never had an issue with, like, the idea of people talking shit about me. Now, does it make me feel a little sad in the moment if I hear that? Yeah, for sure. But it's not something that it's like, oh, well, fuck that bitch. I gotta get her back or something, or him back. Like, it doesn't really matter to me. It's like, okay, well, you know, the person doesn't like me. I mean, that kind of sucks, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? It's like that. You know, I understand that not everyone is going to like me, and I think that's fine. And it's not even like I have to get them back in some way. Like, oh, well, fuck you. You're a piece of shit anyway. It's like, yeah, sure, you have every right to not like me. That's fine. Like, I'm not going to kiss your ass, right? But I just don't care. That's how I am. So I think that, you know, like I said, that kind of ties back into what I was saying. Like, if I get hate comments, you know, if my channel grows, this one now, and, you know, I have 2 channels now. But, like, if this channel grows, it's going to be kind of like, oh, you know, like, hate comments, you know, that's going to suck. If it grows big enough and somebody makes a video, like, roasting me or something, I mean, that would suck, you know, for sure. But, like, it's fine. You know, it is what it is. I've gone my whole life, people just not liking me mysteriously. It's like, why am I going to get hung up over that? Why am I going to be like, oh, well, fuck that bitch, fuck her, she's ugly, or, like, I don't fucking care. You have every right to not like me, you know what I mean? Like, you have every right to that opinion, it's fine. As long as you don't go out of your way to harm me or do anything to me, it's okay. Yeah, anyway, so the point of this video is I really want to talk about, and this is going to be the introduction video to the Minty 2.0 channel. The reason why I'm not being super introductory and I'm just focusing on, like, random topics, first of all, is because that's what this whole channel is going to be. It's just going to be, like I said, brain dumps. Absolutely no effort in this content. I'm barely going to edit these videos. I want to get these videos out, if I can, almost daily. It's not going to be daily, but almost daily. There's going to be, like, no effort. I probably won't put music. I won't put much editing at all. I'm just going to edit out parts where I go quiet and I'm like, fuck, I lost my train of thought. Yeah, I'll edit that out because I have a lot of those where I just go quiet for a whole minute. I'm going to reveal this on the channel too because I don't give a fuck. You're supposed to keep this a secret because people can use it against you. I feel the need to tell this to people because I want to feel seen for it, first of all. And I also don't feel like masking most of the time because that shit's exhausting, especially on a YouTube channel. For me, I know for some people it's a money-making machine. I'm poor as fuck. I have no fucking money. And I'm broke and I'm kind of in debt. So I probably should try and make money, but that's a topic for another day. Making money is hard for me because of my self-esteem. I'm not gonna lie. It's a problem. But, you know, whatever. I'll talk about that later. Fucking... What's it called? Yeah, so... I forgot my fucking train of thought, bro. Oh, yeah, okay. So what I was gonna say. I have ADHD and autism, right? And I fucking hate it. I'm not gonna lie. Now, there's a lot of talk in the autistic community, in the ADHD community, in the neurodivergent community, right? Where they're like, oh, you know, internalized ableism, you know, autistic people can still be ableist, you know, they can... True, right? I'm not saying that it's not ableist for me to say I hate having fucking autism and ADHD, but I still fucking hate it, man. I'm not gonna ever sit here and like, my autism is a gift. I fucking hate it, dude. I have no fucking friends, alright? The only friends that I made growing up, right, in early adulthood, were people who wanted to emotionally abuse me, and I cut those fuckers out, right? And I haven't been able to make healthy friends. Every time I talk to people, they look at me like there's some kind of inside joke. Like, oh god, this person is trying to be human. This is not a human being and they're trying to be human. That's hilarious. Let's just all go quiet and look at them like they're a fucking zoo animal. That's how that goes for me. So I gave up. I don't fucking want to talk to people anymore. If people talk to me, I'll strike conversation with them. But the idea of a genuine friendship, it's over for me. It's fucking over. It never began, really. Like, there never was a point where I actually genuinely felt a deep connection with someone. There was always strings attached. It always felt uneasy. All my friends, it always felt like there was this weird... And it was so common for me that I grew up... Oh, the banging on the desk. I got a comment on my other channel that's kind of annoying, so I'm gonna stop banging on my desk. I'm sorry. Yeah, so fucking... What's it called? Yeah, I've never felt connected with people. I've always felt when I interact with people and when I had friends, but when I had friends, it's always felt kind of like this like sinking feeling in my chest and my stomach. Like, I've always felt sick and uncomfortable around them and tired and I didn't understand. It was like, because I was so in the habit of suppressing my emotions and suppressing my expressing the way, like, because when you grow up autistic, you kind of you're like, okay, like, I'm fucked up, I'm weird, I have to you just kind of go into survival mode, like, socially. You're like, okay, I have to completely fucking change everything about myself, and I have to constantly put in effort and work to socialize. It's a lot of fucking effort. It's a lot of mental effort. It's very exhausting, right? So I would say that I think deep down inside, in an ideal situation, I am actually an extrovert. Because I actually have no issue just talking to people, right? But think about it like this, right? If you refuse to walk up to a bear and pat it on the back, does that mean that you're bear phobic? Like, you're afraid of bears? Like, you have a phobia? Like, the way arachnophobia is, where if you just even see a spider, like, if I see a picture of a bear on a screen, I'm not gonna go, ugh. But some people with arachnophobia, even if they see it on a screen, there is not actually a spider present, but they see a spider on a screen, they're gonna be like, oh fuck, it's a spider, ooh, creepy, fuck that, right? And they get the crawlies on their back, like the itchy feeling, right? And it's like, okay, yeah, that's a phobia, right? But if I see a bear on a screen, I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, it's a bear, like, no, because it's on a screen, right? But at the same time, I'm not gonna walk up to a bear and slap it on the back, because it's gonna fucking maul me to death, right? So, given that, right, just because I don't go up to people and talk to them, it doesn't mean that I am afraid of socializing, or I have social anxiety, or I'm introverted. I'm not. I'm not afraid of it. I just understand that if I do that, I'm gonna get fucking mauled to death. So if I try to talk to people, it's not going to end well. It's gonna end with social ostracization. They're gonna make me the butt of the joke. I'm gonna get made fun of. I'm gonna get put into a dumb, ditzy bimbo stereotype, or completely ignored, or devalued, or made to feel like shit about myself, right? Or, it's like everyone knows the rules but me. So it's just it's over. I just gave up. There's no point. So, but you know, as a human being, sorry that was really loud. I saw the red thing go, like the audio thing. As a human being, I still have a need for social interaction. So that's why I'm doing this dumbass shit, which is talking about my personal feelings on the internet where anyone can fucking see it, because I know that's a bad idea. But you know, a lot of people are doing it. But if all your friends jumped off a cliff, would you do it too? Yeah, you know that. Okay. Yeah, no. So, yeah, I know it's a bad idea, but like I said, kind of out of options here, because I just want to fucking put myself out there, right? Even with, it's a little corny to say, but you know, even with flaws and all, it's corny, but it's true. I want to put myself out there. I want to be seen, and, you know, like I said, if people hate on me, it is what it is. I'm not even really afraid of people hating on me, if that makes sense. Obviously, like I said, it's not gonna I'm not like completely immune to it. Obviously, it would make me like sad, like, oh man, you know, I'm getting a lot of hate comments or I got a lot of dislikes. That was gonna make me sad for sure, and I'm only human. But it's not like an extreme fear. It's internal. Like, I have this fucking, it's like this demon in my head, but it's so ingrained with my personality that it's basically become me now, where I just fucking hate myself, dude. Like, okay, this is vegetable juice, okay? This is fucking carrots, apple, so vegetable fruit juice. Carrot, apple, ginger, and normally I put celery, but, you know, we don't have celery, and I'm too broke to fucking run to the store and buy celery. I actually don't even have money for celery. That's how broke I am. I'm being serious. I have only $2 at this time. And celery is $4 now in the store nearby me, so no celery for me. Normally I like some celery juice, though. Okay, so this is healthy juice. I am at a healthy weight. I am also what these disgusting fucking humans consider to be conventionally attractive. And apparently, there's this thing called lookism, and it is very important, and that's why people always, in my life, acted so surprised that I have a low self-esteem, or I express myself in a strange way, or that I treat people equally, regardless of the way that they look. They act like I'm strange for that ever since I was a kid, and I never fully understood it, but now I understand that because I'm fucking autistic, I didn't understand that there is this hidden social rule where if you look a certain way, hence, you know, bone structure, facial harmony, all this stupid fucking looks maxing shit, if you look a certain way, you are supposed to follow certain social rules, and you will have more opportunities, but only if you do things a certain way, and you're not allowed to talk to people who are not conventionally attractive, because if you do, that lowers your social value, and all this shit, and it's like, holy fuck, man. It's overwhelming, right? But I also find it pretty interesting. So I have been getting opinions from people on YouTube from all different walks of life on, like, the concept of lookism. And, you know, how prevalent lookism really is in society. And, you know, a lot of the copes that people use, you know, the whole, like, looks don't matter, beauty is in the eye of the beholder thing. And a huge, I almost choked. A huge pet peeve of mine, which is, okay, my throat is like, no, you want to record a video? No, fuck you. I'm gonna give out. So it's like, I try to talk and it's like, okay, yeah, okay, fine. A huge pet peeve of mine, which is whenever a girl, typically gonna be a girl, you don't see this with men, right? If a man posts a video saying, I'm fucking ugly, or, you know, some sort of social media post saying, I'm ugly, right? And this is lookism, and, like, this is my experience with fucking being mistreated and shit. Nobody's gonna fucking, it's very rare you're gonna see people commenting copes for him. Okay, people are just gonna probably just agree with him and say, yeah, man, I understand, like, that's rough, right? But if you see a woman who posts something saying, I'm conventionally unattractive and the world has treated me like shit, you're gonna see a bunch of fucking assholes. I'm sorry, I hit the table again, I'm so sorry. You're gonna see a bunch of fucking lying pieces of shit in the comments talking about some, you're not ugly, you're beautiful, it's your confidence. This is extra frustrating as someone who has autism, right? Because I don't have a low self-esteem for no reason. I have a low self-esteem for a fucking reason, okay? I know that I cannot just walk up to a bear and say hi to it and slap it on the back like a friendly greeting because it's gonna fucking kill me. Just like people who have experienced social rejection time and time again know not to just blindly jump into social interactions because they know that it's gonna bite them in the ass. So when somebody says, I am ugly and this is my experience, that is not the fucking time for you to come in and virtue signal and be like, look at how much of a good person I am. I'm telling this girl who is considered ugly by society standards, but I am saying, I think you're beautiful. Look at how much of a good person I am. Because I think you're beautiful, right? But what you're doing, you may not realize this, but what you're actually doing is you're telling this girl, shut the fuck up. Shh, shut up, shut up, shut up. You're revealing too much about the way the world works. Shut up. You're revealing too much about fucking psychology, right? And lookism and all this shit. Shut up, right? You're just telling her to shut the fuck up, right? And you're giving her little breadcrumbs of validation. You're beautiful. You see, like, a handful of people in the comments calling her beautiful is not gonna fucking fix years of isolation. Use your brain. Years of isolation versus, you're beautiful, you're beautiful. Yeah, but if you saw her out on the street and you didn't hear her sob story, you would subconsciously treat her like shit, just like everyone else, okay? So that is how it fucking works. Shut the fuck up. Stop silencing people who are honest about lookism. Stop fucking silencing them. I hate that shit. It pisses me off. So that's going to be a huge topic on this channel because it's something I'm constantly ruminating on. But I think on my Windy Skies channel, I'm going to try and stop talking about it on there so much because I want to address other things on there. And also, like, I kind of want to make that channel, like, lean more and more towards my hobbies. And then this channel could be more my thoughts on, like, social issues and stuff. And then that one can be more, like, art and 3D modeling and shit. I think that's a good idea. And that channel's also going to be faceless. So, like, you know, I'm mentioning the channel on this one. But I'm not going to link them. I mean, okay, I'm going to make a post on my Windy Skies channel. I'm going to say, hey, this is going to be my new channel where I yap about random shit. But, you know, if you want, like, you know, whatever. You can subscribe to the other channel if you want to hear me fucking ramble like a psycho. But, you know, this channel is going to be dedicated to different stuff. I'm getting tired and it's already 17 minutes, so I might stop here. I can always ramble another time. And the shorter this video is, the less editing I have to do, which is great. But I guess what I want to say, oh yeah, another thing I want to talk about in this video is, yeah, you know, now you know a little bit about me, you know that, you know, autism, and, you know, it's negatively affected my social experiences. I don't know if this is autism or something else, but I've always felt like just completely disconnected from reality. Like, I just, like, in any social situation, I just completely tap out. I'm just, like, in my head. I'm just not, I don't, it's hard to really just land back on planet Earth and think about things. Like, okay, obviously, if I want attention and I want a chance to make some money, if I just start posting myself on TikTok and Instagram, I can use this tool that I have, right? Besides the fact that, you know, I don't have money, I have a extremely low self-esteem. It's in the fucking gutter, man. It's like, I do all the right things. I eat healthy. I work out. I take care of myself. I'm highly disciplined. I don't drink or do drugs. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just a naturally disciplined person. And yet I fucking hate myself, man. It's so bad. Like, I fucking loathe myself. And the way it happens is, like, I'll have a couple of days where I'm just chilling and I'm good. And I'm, like, giving myself positive self-talk that's, like, rational. It's not like, I am a goddess. I am a queen. I am the best. It's more like, I'm improving. I'm getting better at art. I'm getting better at 3D modeling. It's gonna take time, you know, patience. I just have to be consistent. You know, I have to just stay consistent with my hobbies. You know what I mean? I'm improving day in, day out, right? Which is a very healthy, normal way of thinking. But it doesn't last very long because it just feels so uncomfortable. Like, it'll be a couple days where it feels really comfortable to do that and natural. Typically when I have my Adderall, right? But then, you know, even if I am on my Adderall, I'll get a day where it's like the idea of being positive is just so, it feels so like wrong to do that. Like, I feel like I have to like pay. Like, this is my debt that I owe for having a couple of days of happiness. I have to pay with suffering now. So I orchestrate my own suffering with extreme negative self-talk and just sabotaging things by just procrastinating and just then beating myself up over it. See? You're fucking terrible at art. You're a fucking loser. You're terrible. And like, what does that do for me? Like, that's not productive, right? It's like, okay, if I'm terrible at art, fine, then I want to get better then. But to get better, like, I need to be in a proper emotional state. It's going to make it like 100 times easier to do it if I'm not like agonizing over it. Like, I'm an awful person. I'm a fucking loser. I'm pathetic. I'm terrible at art, but let me sit down and draw. Like, are you serious? Like, that's not motivating at all. So yeah, like, you know, obviously positive self-talk is more logical because it's just like, well, if you want to improve, then you might as well fucking do positive self-talk, because if you look at your mind as something you can trick into action, then, you know, you're like, you know, you have an advantage, right? It's not like positive self-talk is like a favor you're doing for yourself because you're soft and weak. It's just smart. It's like fuel to the car, you know? Or doing maintenance on your car, you know? Like, oh, I'm just gonna not do maintenance on my car because my car doesn't need it. My car doesn't deserve it, you know? Because my car, you know, my car is strong. My car is not a weak little bitch. It doesn't need maintenance. And then your car fucking gives out in the middle of the highway, and now you're stranded with your hazards on. And it's like, yeah, you could have just fucking maintained your car. You know, it's the same thing with mental health, you know? But it's like with mental health, we have this stupid ass stigma where it's like, you know, it's self-imposed stigma a lot of times because nobody's telling me this. It's just in my head, and I don't know. I have an idea of where it came from, but I don't want to talk about that just yet on this channel. But yeah, it's, you know, the way I was brought up, the way I was raised, basically. But I don't want to get into that too much. But yeah, you know, fucking, yeah, it's really dumb to deny yourself, you know, positive self-talk. You know, it's just dumb. You know, but a lot of people get stuck in that because of trauma, you know? And, you know, I might make another video yapping because I want to end this here before it reaches 30 minutes. We're at 22 right now. There's this fucking channel that I found. His name is DBDR. He has a new channel now. It's called Hat Flying. He's fucking hilarious, man. But yeah, he talks a lot about, like, his experiences and mostly just addressing, like, lookism, right? Because he, you know, he doesn't show his face, but, you know, he says that he's, like, extremely, like, conventionally unattractive. And he talks about how that's, like, fucked up his life, like, not just, like, romantically, but, like, with friendship, with status, with job opportunities, with fucking everything. And, you know, it's not just his appearance, but that's a huge factor. I wouldn't deny that. But it's not just his appearance, it's also obviously his environment. And, you know, like, his mom, dude. Like, his mom, oh my god, the stories he says about his mom is the fucking devil, dude. Like, holy shit, dude. I'm gonna probably make a proper video on DBDR or Hat Flying, because I just think he's very interesting. And there's this other channel called Deconstructing Narcissism that I found on my feed, and he just does videos. Basically, all his videos are him driving, and he just talks about, like, his baby boomer narcissistic ass parents and the effect that they had on him, and, you know, just overall, like, the state of America and how America is, like, fucking dying and falling apart, and he kind of wants to move out. And just overall, like just the low trust society we live in now, where, like, people are just fucking shit. Like, people are just, like, becoming more and more selfish every day. And, you know, people are really wrapped up in their own insecurities to the point that they, like, they don't even want to relate with other people. They just want to gain some sense of superiority over other people by, like, putting other people down to soothe their own insecurities, when, you know, that only leads to, like, a hollow existence. Like, even if you do, like, prevail and, you know, like, humiliate other people, and you get that, like, brief dopamine hit of, like, haha, I'm superior to this other person because I just fucking made fun of them. At the end of the day, like, you've severed a potential connection which, you know, if you do that with one person, it's not really going to affect you. But, like, if you have that attitude with everyone you interact with, like, it gets to the point where you're just, like, burning bridges left and right, and you have, like, no fucking friends. Like no real friend. You might have friends, but you don't have any real friends. You don't have any real connections. Which, even if you have people in your life, if you don't have any genuine connection with other people, it fucks your self-esteem up. And it fucks your mental health up, man. And you're going to start to feel it. So I think that's what's happening with Gen Z, too. Especially in America. Like, there's a lot of, like, a lack of seriousness with Gen Z, which I understand because, you know, there's a lack of opportunities, like the job market shit, the economy shit. You know, like, a lot of people have fucking bachelor's degrees in computer science, and they still can't get a fucking job. As for me, you know, if you didn't come from my previous channel, right now, I'm 25, and, you know, I am in college for graphic design, which obviously I should have a degree by now, but autism, lost in life, it's a long story. Blind rat running around a dark maze. Well, it doesn't matter if it's dark if the rat's blind. You know, blind rat running around a maze, with no cheese at the end, so I can't even smell where the exit is. Yeah, just bumping into walls, and eventually, when I was 23, I realized, fuck, I probably have ADHD, I should get assessed. I went and got assessed, and the lady's like, oh, you're 100% also autistic. I'm like, are you serious? Because I didn't think being autistic was, like, a thing for me. Like, I thought autistic was, like, you're just completely, like, you can't fucking, like, you can't do anything. Like, you're just completely, like, fucked, you know what I mean? Like, no offense, I'm not trying to be fucking ableist. What I mean, I'm just trying to, like, that's just the way that I speak. I always say, like, fucked. Like, you know, that's the way that I talk. But, you know, what I mean is, like, you can't fuck, like, you're, like, you need a caretaker, basically. Like, that's what I thought. Like, autism is to the point where, like, you have to be in special ed classes, you need a caretaker, like, you can't, like, do things on your own. That's what I thought autism was. But turns out, like, you know, it's a spectrum. I don't know if that's, like, the offensive way of saying it. I don't know. I'm sorry, man. I'm not trying to be offensive. I'm just... I'm kind of, like, dumb. No, I'm not dumb. I'm, like, average intelligence. But, like, it's hard for me to keep up with, like, the social, like what you're supposed to say to be politically correct. Like, it's not even, like, I always want to be edgy and, like, haha, fuck these SJWs. You remember that term, SJWs? Woke is the version now. Like, oh, fuck these SJW, woke, whatever the fuck, right? I'm not even really super into that shit. It's just, like, it's genuinely, like, hard to keep up. It's like, oh, that word's offensive now, but, like, literally, like, 2 weeks ago, you were saying it, but now it's offensive, so I can't say it, and you're gonna get mad at me if I do. It's, like, it's, like, a recreation of, like, growing up, and even still to this day, where it's, like, everyone has these social rules where I don't know, and nobody's telling me, and it's, like, and I don't know, and then everyone acts like I'm, like, a joke or a clown, or there's something fucking wrong with me, because I don't know. And it's like they're just using it as an excuse to, like, feel superior to me, right? And then, you know, leftists do the same thing at times, you know, and they act like, oh, you're so behind the times, you don't understand that you're not supposed to say that anymore, it's offensive. It's like, yeah, but you didn't really like, not everybody is on Twitter following the same people you're following. Not everybody is, like, you know, like, keeping up with the next, like, leftist terminology, you know what I mean? Like, holy shit. So yeah, I'm gonna call autism a fucking spectrum, alright? Because it makes sense in my brain. It's like, okay, it's like a, you know, there's a lot of different ways autism can manifest or appear, right? You know, and for me, autism, you know, I have some sensory issues for sure, but my sensory issues aren't debilitating, but they definitely are very exhausting. Like, my sensory issues, I noticed something that, like, you know, overcast sky or just, like, bright lights, like, it's not gonna, like, make me, like, freak out, but it's gonna make me extremely tired, and it just makes me not want to do anything. It just makes me just want to shut down and just, like, fucking, like, close my eyes and not do anything. And it makes me super tired, and, like, my whole body feels heavy. So, you know, there's, like, weird different ways that autism can manifest, right? But, you know, sensory issues are not the primary issue I have. Mine is socializing, as I've explained a lot. My autism, you know, / ADHD, it makes socializing, like, basically fucking impossible for me. Like, regular socializing. I can't interact with fucking normies. I can't do it. I try, man. I try to fucking interact with normies, bro. I try so hard. I can't fucking do it, man. I can't bring myself. I just like it's like it feels so painful to do. But okay, we're already at 29 minutes. I'm yapping. I'm done. Alright, this is gonna be my new channel where I do my fucking ADHD yapping. But I'm not gonna fucking do it on my old channel. My old channel is gonna be better content. But yeah, bye.